here with Hani. He's not the greatest mid laner. He's not the greatest laner overall. Always falls behind in CS. But in the last series, we even gave him a MVP for the second game because he had great impact on the game. He was able to dictate most of the side lane matchups with his roams and played one of the Karma games as well. 14 KDA on that to facilitate his team. So
yeah, he looked really good.
Good to see him step up.
I actually would have almost really liked the Karma here, but they didn't know what the full look of the GAM comp was, and he did have a good Pantheon game. Pantheon, it seems to me, would probably do pretty well at resisting the Tristana. When she all-ins you, you just put the E up. Makes sense to me.
Sounds like a very hard matchup for the Tristana, or a harder matchup than last.
Yeah, definitely harder than
one
last
against
game.
Hani, so there's a lot of player skill difference still.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Tristana will be stopped farming or anything like that. I don't think she'll lose the lane, but she loses that solo kill potential, I think.
But there is the potential for her to lose trade, and that's something a mid lane Tristana never has. Tristana mid lane pretty much wins every trade she takes, but against Pantheon early on, level 3, I'd say Pantheon has good chances, especially because he can also immune the E, so no chance for Tristana to stack up the damage on the E, which is quite bad for her and the trades. So
we'll have to see how it goes.
I'm very interested to see how Hani plays this very interesting matchup in the mid lane. Two very strong AD champs in the mid lane. We have double AD jungle mid for DNK and Hani. On the other side, it's a little bit better on the damage profile, but then we have double AP in the top side. So,
to be fair, I don't think that double AP in the top side matters, because I don't think either of them can, like Kiana and Akali can't itemize magic.
Also, don't think there will be any ganks from lane, which, if you think about it, is a ridiculous statement to make. Levi will not gank top lane. Last season, we would have just said, okay, you're troll. If you say that, you're troll. That is never going to happen.
They've taken the duct tape off the bot lane, turned it around, and put it over the top lane this time. Stuck that one on there nicely.
Would like to pick your brain about Mordekaiser.
It's bad.
Sounds to me like a pretty hard one. Yeah.
Bad. I mean, this is 10.2 Akali. Does she have bad matchups? I think so.
Yeah, not a whole lot. I think Klett is one of the best, right? I think Klett stomps Akali in lane, as far as I know.
Maybe. I don't really play either of the champions, because I have a soul, so I didn't play much 10.2 Akali.
Yep.
Plus, I was terrible at her. That also helped. She had a horrible solo queue win rate. Bad players like
she did, yeah.
Yeah,
you needed great mechanics and understanding to really make her work, and she's
when you
such
have
a pro play champ. Yeah.
Glad to see her not going to be as present going forward, but we do have her in this game, so it's a little bit irrelevant, as Celebrity and Levi are featured on the screen here, potentially two very important players for both teams.
And I have to say, I really like the team composition put together by Secret. They got the Akali on second rotation, which is almost unheard of. Good matchup for in the early game. DNK needs to be on top of his game here against Levi, the strongest pathing jungler in the VCS. If he falls behind on the Kiana, he might just never get back into the game, especially because Levi will probably just camp him and kill him over and over again. So it's a lot on DNK here, but if he can make the Kiana work early on, maybe get a kill in the mid lane, a lot of setup with Hani and DNK, even against Tristana. Yeah. This is a super explosive comp. They can just steamroll over GAM. GAM much more defensive here. Double ADC with Tahm Kench. Oh, and we have a little bit of action at level 1.
They have been spotted though. The water blade is ready. No, he switches it out to the grass. This should be a red buff steal, unless they want to really try and fight this. This is super dangerous. Yin has taken a lot of damage.
But Yin has also played this out very conservatively, didn't go for the early flash away.
Could have been a little bit caught out, but in the end, they do all disengage. Nothing really.
In the end, it's actually one trade for the side of Secret Spot, so worked out great for them.
These junglers are so slowed down. Levi doesn't want to let this go. He wants this. He wants the Raptor camp, and he's going to get it. DNK, I don't think, knows this is happening.
Yeah, and he has a ward on the red buff. Okay, this is early
Oh, he does know it's
jungle
home.
skirmish.
Yep, this is gonna go in the again. Levi, this is kamikaze.
Yeah, both have smite
Tier
available.
1
so
moves first, so I think this will be...
nicely done.
Yeah, Levi should secure this
Oh
one
god.
very easily. Yep,
Oh
he
god.
does, and D&K went for it, and that's the first blood, straight onto Tier 1. He goes in for the second kill, there's no E. Oh, and he will manage to get away, Wilhani, but it's all gone so very wrong. And what was that you mentioned about... I think I'm trying to think back to a point you made. Levi getting ahead and never letting you back in. I think you mentioned that.
Yes, I think this is the point in the game where in this. Okay, let's do this again. There's no. This is not worth playing out. This is just too
Can
much
we start
of a
the scrim
disadvantage.
again? GG, we'll start the scrim again.
Oh man. 700 gold doesn't look like much, but DNK is still level 1, has no buff to his name. He will have to be super careful against this spider, who's out for blood. She's level 3 already. So, and Dia 1 starting with a kill. Okay, this could be a counter kill.
Hani going in, doing really well there with that E. The ignite's down. I don't think it's going to be enough damage. Can he get the spear? No. Too scared of Levi in the river. I think
he didn't flash after him. That's quite surprising.
I think it was really obvious that Levi was.
Yeah, also Dia had the slash still available, so can understand why. It looked like a potential kill to me, but in the end, not quite.
Really died.
Yeah.
Kind of walking up and poking Levi with the spear. Not the best idea. But still, D&K at the bottom of quite a deep hole already. Kind of brought his own shovel out. Should have known that GAM had the roam on the mid lane first. Not sure why he went back in. Just so risky. Just accept that you're getting 3 buffed, I think.
Yeah, I think they didn't spot the ward, so he thought he was fine. There was a ward for GAM, of course, spotting him all the time. I think he also got alert in sense of security because Levi engaged very late on him, right? Yeah. Levi took 2 or 3 of the raptors and then went over to the red buff. So I think DNK started the red buff and thought, okay, there might be something happening here. Then after a few seconds, he was like, okay, it seems like Levi is backed off, has gone back to his own jungle. And then after like 10 seconds fighting against the red buff, suddenly Levi shows up and it all went south from there.
Yeah, that it did. Up in the top lane, looks like things might be going a little bit south for Coated. He stands in the passive. Oh! Kiaya flashes to confirm the kill, and the Mordekaiser kills the Akali. Yep, you can flash and move the Q. It's very fast, though.
So super cool.
You've got to be super quick. It's why you don't see it often. And
I've never seen this
word.
before. That was one of the coolest Mordekaiser kills I've ever seen.
I think I've done it once, and you know how much I love Mordekaiser. I think I've literally done it once, and I think I missed.
Wow, that was a good start to the game to Kiaya, who right now is sitting on top of all the top laners. There's a fierce fight happening between. I think Kiaya has won the first round between the two.
You cut out there, so we don't know the second person you're talking about.
Oh, Yoshino, of course.
Yeah, of course. I definitely think Yoshino has lost out, in my opinion. He's made he's had some really bad games. Kiaya hasn't had a bad game yet, except on Soraka. That was bad game.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Levi coming into the mid lane here. Hani, just instant flash. Doesn't want to screw around with a Tristana Elise. Can't say I blame him. Just get the hell out of town.
Oh, did the hook land?
There it is. I don't think the hook landed, or it was instantly cleansed.
I don't think it landed. That was hard to see. The cleanse was instant, but I thought I think it was a little bit short. Not sure. I think we would have seen we would have seen the hook dissipating with the cleanse, because that's a very big animation, and that didn't happen. So I think the hook did land. But I guess better safe than sorry. Oh, the minion, the hero.
Oh, wow. The absolute hero. You are a couple seconds ahead of us. Gave us a little bit of a preview. As now here comes Paulette and Levi. Yin has absolutely no chance. Tries to play the sacrificial lamb. DNK's here to potentially try and get something back. Yin's still alive somehow. But they're putting the damage into the Tahm Kench. No real chance. The flash forward. But he didn't have any mana. You have no mana.
You have no mana.
Oh.
A classic.
Oh, DNK trying as well. I don't know about this one, boys. But there's no mana on anyone except DNK, really. In the end, just a 1-0. Celebrity didn't quite take in everything on his screen before he pressed that flash. And Harney's dead.
Yep, that is Tristana for you. Apparently, Tristana can solo kill Pantheon too.
Yeah, he's pretty much
this game
down already as well.
has been accelerated by GAM quite a bit. Every lane is winning. Quite a GAM game.
I think DNK looking for the dive here. Paulette, not much health left, but he flashes over. Oh, nearly got the counter kill. Did his absolute best.
Yeah, that would have been the most Paulette thing to do ever.
Yep.
But good awareness for Celebrity to cast the last auto attack there, because I think it was an auto attack that killed Paulette there and prevented him from taking down the jungler. So engage from Hani comes in, and he procs the Conqueror.
Oh, where's the E?
And I know what happened.
He stood next to the tower.
Oh no! He actually blocked that with his E. So, yeah. That was a little bit of a whoopsie there for Hani. He blocked the damage with the E, and then that opened up DR1 to solo kill him, of course, because without the E, very easy to chain auto attack, ignite, and ultimate onto whatever target you have in front of you. Doesn't matter that it is the Pantheon. You just kill him anyway. So nicely done. Good awareness from DR1. Good to see him adapting his play to the matchup, because he couldn't have run for this dive without the E he used from the Hani before. He would have died instantly to the turret.
Absolutely, he would have. So in the end, it is GAM looking very much like GAM, as they have leads pretty much all over the map. In fact, they literally have a lead in every lane and the jungle.
Yep. The question is, can GAM extend their gold lead on average? Because it has dropped more and more. It was at 5k, 5.7k after the first series. Now it's down to 3k at 15 minutes.
They can't maintain 5k at 15. Truly the fall of GAM.
Yeah, it's a disgrace, really. They have lost 2 games.
Honestly, just disband. Get Yoshino back.
No, but this game, I think they can definitely up the average again, because it's 2k right now, 2.3k, and they still have 5 minutes, so going to go up.
That it will, and Levi lurking here does have the Rift Herald ready to be used. They've swapped their bot lane up. Coated already off to a bad start after dying 1v1 to the Mordekaiser. They know that Levi's here. He needs to back off.
Can we, after the games like these, can we just give a 5th MVP to everyone? Because like everyone is solo killing his lane opponent. Who are we supposed to give MVP to?
Nah, Blazer's just missed an ult, so you cross his name out. And Hani going forward takes so much more damage in exchange, though. And they're gonna do look, they're breaking tower plays before summoning Shelly. It's happening. The VCS is learning.
So you need a little bit more than 3 plates to get the turret, as far as I know.
Ooh, Levi's actually backing, so they're not going to summon the Rift Herald up here at all.
I don't actually think this was a bad move from them.
Yeah,
because they saw the reinforcements and they wanted to channel the. So DNK is a level behind Paulette, by the way.
DNK doing his best solid snake. Can we look at the Pantheon? Like, the Pantheon just ulted. Where did he go?
We know why we didn't look at the Pantheon.
Didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he didn't go anywhere. He just arrived in the top lane and everyone had recall. He's like, yep, ta-da.
Guys, I'm here. Dude, the party ended 2 hours ago. Oh,
no. Bad feeling. That's a bad feeling.
Yeah, it's like when you walk into a party and it's just the host in his pajamas saying, what are you doing, man?
That never happened to me, I have to say.
Never happened to me either. Like, I tend to show up to things on time, but I've heard stories. But regardless, Hani did in fact get the date wrong. Hopefully the next ultimates can be a little bit better. It's a fairly short cooldown considering the power of it. So, not losing everything yet is our Lord and Savior. But how does Secret kill anyone?
Well, it's not easy. There are a lot of squishy members on GAM, so try to not fight with because that is annoying to deal with. Maybe try to get on top of DR1, who is very far ahead, but still a squishy person. So if you can chain the CC, the Tristana, you can kill her. It's
You've got
easy, but
about
it's
2
possible.
seconds. No, never mind. I was going to ask what Rift, but too late. It's Mountain.
Yeah. Oh, how unfortunate.
Yeah, no Ocean Rift. But the Mountain, honestly, Mountain's really, really good for GAM. The one way Secret could still potentially win this if they just win like 5 fights off the back of just insane burst.
Yep.
And then they'd probably
Mountain
win.
is super strong against full assassin comps,
Exactly.
of course. Yeah.
So potentially a little bit upset is Team Secret, but I think they've got things to be upset at before the Dragon.
Yeah, they have more things to think about than just the Dragon, I think.
Yeah.
So
if they walk off this stage and say, if it had been Ocean,
would have been possible to win, but sadly the Dragon RNG. Man, it's a good excuse, honestly. Like, no,
if you're
GAM didn't
terrible.
stop us. The Dragon RNG was what killed us.
Oh my. But yeah, they are. Look at the lead in the jungle for Levi. Levi does this to a lot of people, but it's particularly bad here.
Yeah, I have to say after this weekend, I'm not a big fan of the jungle Kiana after the nerfs.
Not a big
She
fan
seems
of
to really
DNKs.
struggle. Yeah, maybe it's on DNK, but I think she really struggles generally early on in the game. And if you punish her, if you don't punish her, she's fine. If you don't punish her, you still have Kiana, you still scale, you still have your absurd ultimate and CC in pro games. But it may just be a little bit too risky.
Yep. I think she's
if
way
the enemy
too
team
easy
is
to shut
aware,
down.
yeah, it's very easy to shut down, and she can't really do anything against that either. She can't fight back on level. It's like, no, you have one ability and it doesn't really do anything. So get out.
It's like she goes super low when she's doing her clear now because of the attack speed
And
nerf.
she takes forever.
But unlike Olaf, who goes really low, she's slow and doesn't win 1v1.
Yeah.
It's all the bad parts of Olaf without any of the upside.
Indeed, yeah.
Celebrity
So
playing super
maybe
defensive.
don't pick her anymore, or only in very specific situations. Maybe into things like Sedani, you could potentially pick her.
They picked this into Levi's Elise.
Yeah,
That's just too
a little
bold.
bit foolish. Yeah, it's very bold. So double Blade of the Rune King now build up, potentially the strongest one item spike on 86. So GAM is very strong right now.
Absolutely, and they're looking for a dive up in the top lane. There are 4 here versus the 2 for Team Secret, but they'll just back off. Don't need to risk their lead at the moment.
Yeah, Kiaya is very happy to just get a little bit of a solo experience as we see catch.
That is right. Harning is instantly dead there. Just a casting tip for the VCS. Don't clear your throat. You'll miss something. As Coated in the bot lane is potentially getting solo killed, needs to find a way out. He does have the second charge of ult, so he might have a chance. DNK coming in to help him.
You want to take DNK?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good. Nicely
apparently,
done.
definitely is a fight he wants to take. Using that alcove. Yep. Alcove is literally the most impactful game to League of Legends. Change to League of Legends ever. Got the alcove.
He needed to flash there. He really needed to flash there because DR1 had the opportunity to outplay both with a very low. But he needed to avoid the wall, and DNK was aware of that, so he insta-flashed on top of him, gave him no time to react, great execution, and gave the shutdown over to his top laner, who needs the gold. He needs to carry this game.
But look what they lost. But at what cost?
Yeah.
They lost an inner, top outer. Ugh.
Everything.
Oh no. That's harsh. I mean, yeah, it was a good play to go down there and get that kill. Good, but not really enough when in exchange you lose a lot, to say the least.
Yeah.
And GAM just below their peak average. They're at 4k gold lead. They might have been at 5 before the shutdown, though.
So they're up their average a little bit again. That's good. A little over 3k now. 3-1 or 3-2. So working towards that 5k again that they had at the start of the. Good to see. GAM still having some goals to accomplish.
Yeah, they've got to.
I mean, they have to play for something here, right? These games.
I mean, they lost last week. Like,
they lost.
Let's not forget that.
It's easy to forget looking at these games. Looks quite like different. But yeah, to be fair to Team Secret, it's also not their standard lineup. Artifact is actually one of the players for Secret usually. Yeah.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't want to I think. Look, we put a lot of the blame for low-key Flash Secrets problems onto Hani. To be honest, probably not fair this time. He's not had a good game. He's not had a good game, but has anyone?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And here's the third dragon, Soul Point.
So it started off with his solo kill in the top lane. Oh,
Tier 1 going into coded has no way out. Yin, what have you just done? And Hani flashes, goes hard in. Palette taking a lot of damage, flashes over. DNK is in stealth. And it might just be... Oh, there's the hook onto the Time Kench, but he can't follow it up because of the big boy obliterate damage. And, the Elise Spider will be enough. Kaboom, says Levi. And Yin will be going to the grave.
Just vanished. Why did that deal more than 300 damage?
Because
what?
Look at his build.
Yeah, he has no penetration.
Yeah, against a Thresh. I guess that does matter, but he's pretty fed.
What? Oh, well, that happened.
Yep, DNK. DNK is just a big jungle creep at this point. But he's a very well-skilled jungle creep. Yeah, Mordekaiser.
It's just the greatest that Mordekaiser is pro-viable. It's such a great champion.
It is. Mordekaiser's new design is pretty much the least pro-viable kit I've ever seen, but he is a staple of the game.
Yeah, it's great.
What does that tell you?
Just pure clonking. Clonk. Yeah. He's slow.
I've said this so many times. That's why I love him. There's a theme with champions I love. Mordekaiser because it's just clonk. Set because it's just punch. I don't need much from my champions.
Mordekaiser is also so much fun to play. It's great fun. I love him.
Yeah, I do too. I think his rework is in like top 3. For all rework.
I liked him before the rework as well. I actually was Mastery 6 on the old Mordekaiser.
I didn't play much pre-rework.
Old Mordekaiser was great in bot lane and great in jungle. You could do the healed ganks. Just go to your lane and heal them for 300. Okay, I'm going back to jungle now. Yeah. Here's your gank.
Pretty valid. I remember there's a great statistic that I heard. It was posted on Reddit by a rioter. I think it was either just after the rework came out or after it was just revealed, where pre-rework Mordekaiser had 75% of the bugs that League of Legends had.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Tier 1 cancels the recall. He wants this fight, and I understand why. They have to use everything to keep DNK alive. Tier 1 just says, see you guys. Okay, nice try.
He almost one-shot him there. And that wasn't even highest stacked E. One more auto attack was needed for the E to explode.
That would have killed him.
Yeah, instantly. Yeah, Tier 1 has a lot of damage. This is a scary Tristana in the side lane. And maybe don't gank him with a jungle. Maybe you need a little bit more damage, a little bit more tankiness as well, more levels. The game is slowed down significantly though, and GAM, I guess, is now waiting for the soul, which is a valid strategy. Just wait for soul, maybe wait for Elder Dragon to the game. Should be very easy from now.
Yep, I absolutely agree. I don't even think they need to necessarily go to Elder. They might do it because it's going to be so early anyway. It's going to be like a 28-minute Elder. So you may as well. But they might just get the soul and then just kind of walk down mid, because how does Secret stop them?
Yeah, they don't. Almost full melee composition. Bot lane is a little bit of range, but no strong ranged auto attacks. So if the enemy team can dodge Syndra stun, nothing is going to happen. And even Syndra ult is not very effective against the Tahm Kench composition. He'll just gobble up whoever is targeted, and then Syndra is pretty much out of the fight. So I don't even know what to talk about this game anymore.
It's a little bit rough.
It's a little bit rough because Secret's comp, even from an even point, they would have to accelerate the game more to win this game against double ADC and Tahm Kench.
Yeah.
But they are 6k gold behind, so yeah.
Yeah, so what have you been up to? Other than casting the VCS? Anything interesting?
Oh, I was very hyped. Pokemon Home came out. Now I can play Pokemon back with the newest Pokemon game back with my older Pokemon. That's great.
Oh, have they made it so you can
Not
transfer
exciting,
them
though.
to Sword and Shield?
Yeah,
I remember there
you
was
can transfer from all the old.
That's cool.
Some people still have a Pokemon from like 2003 somehow.
Yeah, I've heard.
Transfer
They've
them
like
back and back and back. Yeah.
That's really cool. I wish I'd like,
Yeah.
because I played. I think my first Pokemon was like Leaf Green. I haven't played a Pokemon in a really long time.
Oh, not Silver. Oh, interesting. You're younger than me. That's true.
It was more that my brothers got the cool toy.
So my first, I really played a lot of Silver. I think I had more than 200 hours on, and then someday.
Oh, DNK's dead, by the way. He was standing on a ward. Oh no, never mind.
Nope, it's still Kiana, still 200 years and stuff.
Yeah, and this should be Mountain Soul. I don't think Secret can fight for this.
No. They could try to steal, but it's a little too late. DNK got chunked, so very easy Mountain Soul. Just go over to the Baron and take that as well.
Kiaya gets hooked, but what's he gonna do?
What do you think about eating objectives? That's the terminology that has.
I don't mind it. By the way, Celebrity's in the death roll.
I don't really like it.
He's dead.
Yeah, and everyone
is not taking damage. Paulette goes in, makes sure to preserve Kiaya's KDA, and Secret is going to be a little bit salty after this one. They're not looking good. Wow, Blazers takes a fair bit of damage, but it does not matter. There's the double kill. DNK is the last man alive, and he's outside of his own base. GAM.
Yeah.
GAM's pretty good.
Okay, so we don't have to fill anymore. That's good.
I was down to talk about Pokemon, honestly.
We can go back to that in the next game if another one is another storm.
I'm really upset because I can't afford a Switch and haven't been able to, so I'm missing out on like so many good Nintendo games.
Yeah, Switch is great. I love my Switch. But yeah, here we go. GAM takes the first very convincingly. It was the 8th game they have won this season, so I think they are the team with the most game victories so far. Not sure for all the other minor regions, but C9 yesterday got up to 7, but GAM is now at 8, so we are still running ahead. And if GAM wins the next game, we're at 9, and C9 can't catch us this week. So VCS #1.
Totally, that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
I think so. But it's funny, we've got a little graphic here that says analyst time. You got much to analyze?
I just wanted to say.
Yep, go ahead.
I'll give the MVP for this game to Dia1. Not so much for the game. Games was a tiny bit better, or a tiny bit more impactful.
Unfortunately.
A tiny bit more impactful. So, yeah, Dia1.
Yeah, I'm cool with Dia1. I mean, who cares?
It's better for this game, to be honest.
Absolutely.
And Dia1 had a great game. Solo kills a few times.
I think the only analysis I can give is that Rayquaza was probably the coolest.
Oh, I love Rayquaza. Rayquazas.
I think so. I think that is the only insight I have on the last 25 minutes.
Yeah. Today's this matchup should be a very hype matchup. This lineup, it's right now a little bit. It's a little bit rough to watch. Let's hope for a little bit more of a fight back for. Maybe go with standard team composition. Even though I have to say I don't think they win standard League of Legends against GAM, but maybe they can draw the game to at least 30 minutes, 32 minutes.
Maybe.
Not sure. We might have the quickest or the shortest day ever. Even though Friday was very short. Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to let me catch up on my sleep schedule. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. But we will be back in nearly 10 minutes because of how long that game was. Hopefully Team Secret can shake off Game 1 and just play it like a best of 2. Where hopefully can take us to Game 3 and pick up a win, but GAM is looking absolutely transcendent. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you for sticking around. We love to have you.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game 2 of GAM taking on Team Secret.
Welcome back to Game 2 of Pokemon discussions.
Very, very possibly with how Game 1 went. It was very quick.
Yeah, and very much decided at 50. Last 10 minutes just I guess it takes 10 minutes to close out the game because it's very hard to break structures, but there was no doubt in anyone's mind that GAM would walk away with the victory, so we wasted a little bit of time there. We had fun talking.
I genuinely don't think we've ever started Game 2 of the second series before midnight.
No.
And it's not midnight.
I mean, we only just started this spring split with the second series not being scheduled strictly at midnight your time. Yeah. So 14 CEST or CET, I should say, whatever the time that is in Vietnam. I think like 8 p.m., 7 p.m.
Part of that is there's no crowd at the moment.
Yeah. I really like this change. No 1 hour break. I know you want to eat, but
I got time
1
to
hour
eat.
break always felt a little bit annoying.
Yeah, I found it funny that the LCK did a 1 hour break today. There's no crowd. What are you waiting an hour for? Surely it doesn't take an hour.
Maybe the players were not on the stage yet. I mean, it's kind of weird with the scheduling working out like that, right? Maybe the players are just not there.
I mean, surely you're just going to tell the teams, like, hey, just rock up early so we don't have to do these massive breaks. But I don't know. Maybe they had they had prior commitments. I don't know. It's
by the way, speaking of LCK, we are gonna lap the LCK today. They are still playing, and this game will be quicker than the next game between SKT or T1 and Genji. So this will be the day where we lap the LCK, even though we start 2 hours later.
Is that something to be proud of?
I'm not sure, but it's cool.
It is definitely something. I'll give you that much. But we are in Champion Select. Maybe Secret, in fact, does have a secret they can bring out. So far, the band's looking very similar to Game 1. Maybe Akali won't be left open. I'd like to see that.
The blue side of Helios ban, as Hugh is in, so GAM is trolling this game. Nice. We get a little.
What is GAM? GAM's gonna pick some ridiculous shit.
Yeah, it's Carthus, Heimerdinger, Nico. What else? What else did he play?
Lux? Set though.
Lux, maybe Lux.
Maybe. Set is picked though. It doesn't matter how stompy this game is. I'm gonna have a great time.
Set Mordekaiser.
Oh, come on! Woo! My top lane! It's actually happening all the time. It's been a good split for me. Good split.
I'm actually not sure if you want to challenge Kiaya set with Mordekaiser, even though it's a slightly favorite matchup for Mordekaiser. I better.
Yeah, no, not in this situation. It is like I say, it's literally 51-49. Like, it is so ridiculously close to just being a 50-50. And Kiaya is about 3 times better. So, yeah, I don't think this top lane's going to go very well.
That's harsh to Coded. Coded
has That's not an insult to Coded. It's not an insult to Coded.
Okay. Yeah, Kiaya is very good.
You can be a really good player, and Kiaya can still be 3 times better than
And I'm actually super happy for Kiaya that Kiaya is able to find this success. Because I know you hadn't joined the VCS that split, but last spring, Kiaya was the top laner for GAM, actually.
Oh, really?
And yeah, they were not successful with him. It was his first breakout split, and they ended up 6th. So they missed playoffs. GAM didn't look too great. And then Kiaya was put in the mid lane. Zeros came back with Levi. And then, we all know how that ended.
A pretty big upgrade.
It's pretty good to see Kiaya being able to fill the shoes of Zeros.
Yeah.
He's a different player, but he's also lane dominant. Obviously not as lane dominant as Zeros is. No one in VCS is. Maybe DR1 can be, but still good to see.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the second round of bans begins. They're still banning the center. Maybe they haven't noticed the Huber's in.
I'm so excited for the 80 lane pick. They are banning
I'm honestly surprised they haven't picked more wacky shit. This is a normal team comp from GAM.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they've been
We'll see.
warned because of the drama last split, where
Oh.
Tinnican got really angry at Secret then Loki for picking a troll comp. So
It's
now he's
actually
like,
Secret, right?
yeah, it was Secret. So maybe he's like walked out in between games and gone to Una like, I know they're gonna tell you they want to pick Teemo. You can't let them, or I'll look really dumb.
I really don't understand Tinnican's personality. Is he a troll? Is he serious?
He's a troll. He trolls a lot. I think he was very serious with what I just mentioned, but he trolls all the time. Like,
but I don't understand why. I still don't understand the drama about the TFT comps because
I don't either.
There was literally no reason for them to win that.
Ziggs.
Nice, Ziggs.
I always find it funny when people get angry in games about meaningless cheese. Like there's controversy in Counter-Strike, and you might be wondering on the stream why we're not really talking about the draft. Gums won. They looked so dominant in game 1. Once Secret turns on, I'll start talking about the game.
We can talk about the draft when it's finished because we have no idea where it's going.
Yeah,
Gum is cooking up something different this time. I think this will be mid-lane Syndra.
Could be. It's actually not that weird a draft for Gum.
Heimerdinger, please. Come on. Oh no. Hugh, come on. We want Heimerdinger.
This is a really standard comp.
Yeah.
It's aggressively
surprisingly standard. Secret is actually less standard than Gum, even though Gum is Hugh as their ADC.
Hugh buffed on this patch against Huber. Ziggs is buffed on this patch, isn't he?
Yeah, we've seen one Ziggs in LCK. I think Chovy played him, if I remember correctly, and he did great on him.
Yeah.
He's very.
Oh, you're not picking that. Viddy, get out of the chat! Viddy, run!
Okay,
you can't pick this.
Good.
Okay, good. They switched to the Aatrox.
So now it's bot lane Ziggs, which is even better. Something I played a lot last season, or a little bit at least. It's very, very much clear waves and pressure after lost chapter and try to get first turret. So the first 10 minutes of the Ziggs bot lane, nothing happens, or you hope that nothing happens, because if something happens, you probably die. But after lost chapter, you can dominate lane and push out the enemy. Also, you need a few levels in Q. I think like 3-4 levels in Q before you can really poke out the enemy, especially against a strong lane like MF Braum. It's not quite as early, but then Ziggs is one of the strongest champs when it comes to taking turrets. Very fast at executing those. He can get through plates, by the way. If he gets to the plate, a 35% turret damage. That's more than more than one plate, a little bit more than 2 plates. Not quite sure. It's around 2 plates, and he can just execute that turret. So potential to snowball an objective lead here for Secret, but they need to win lane for that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be very difficult into MF Brawl.
Look at Miss and Mordekai's are fixed.
I know
They're here today.
That's because of our Discord, right?
Nice.
Did you see that? Someone pointed, I think Panda pointed it out to Riot Villain, who does observe us, and they fixed it. Apparently they didn't.
Shout out to him. It's good to see. Good to see it's not Miss anymore.
Yeah, we've actually got some fortune.
So she got a little bit luckier this time. Now we have to hope that she doesn't lose another S. Then it's misfortune again. So.
That would be very misfortunate.
Well, yeah. This is a very loose cast right now because the first game was very much. It's also the last game potentially the last game of the weekend for us. So.
I mean, look, if the game gets good, I'll tighten right back up. Don't you worry.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, there we go. Expected of 24. Oh, okay, let's bet, or we don't have to have stakes, but let's bet on the game's timer. I mean, I can't
think of any stakes. Is the problem?
Yeah, it's very hard to come up with stakes right now.
Exactly. Timer though, I think 28 minutes.
Oh, that's a very good call. I'll say 26.
Okay.
Aggressive. I think 28 is probably more likely, but yeah, I want to
Okay.
Have a little bit more spice. Yep.
Fair enough. And whoever's closest, I don't know, will just look good this time. We'll have to come up with stakes for our bets. We'll have to do something stupid on camera or something. I don't know. We'll find out. If anyone's got any ideas, do hit us up on the Discord. Make us do dumb things. But we will have... I mean, I'm still shocked at how standard this GAM comp is. They've brought in Huber for precisely no reason.
By the way, one thing I really like about this draft is we just talked at length about the struggles of early game Kiana in the jungle, and look who's playing Kiana this game.
Oh yeah, but
The Kiana King.
Yeah, but Levi has like 3 extra camps. You can't see them on the map. Only Levi can see them. So he never struggles for CS.
So don't be surprised if this time Kiana is actually up. This is Levi. He is incredible when it comes to pathing. Yeah, my biggest wish for 2020 related stuff, competitive related VCS stuff, is Levi having a good tournament internationally. I want to see Levi pop all the LCK or all the LEC junglers, because I think he's good enough. I think he can dominate a jungle matchup against some very good junglers.
Yeah, I think the problem is, like, ignoring Worlds last year where it was just they forgot how to draft. And they put him on Nocturne every game, which is very silly. Super dumb, but I feel like the one thing they have to adapt to in international play is not having auto win lanes.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, of course.
Hard to adapt to for the jungler. But I think I agree that Levi
Flash is a good challenge for them. Because Flash has good laners, so GAM already lost to them. One of the games was a little bit troll, but they still lost another standard game. So all credit to Flash. And I think if Flash can get better and GAM can get better, both can push themselves to higher highs. But there's the first
Speaking of which, we have the gank coming in. The Facebreaker is used, as is the Water Blade. Haymaker used as well, but they've got to back off because of the teleport. Ki is pretty low, but will start regenning up very quickly.
Yep. And I would have liked to see Coated respond with another slap flash. I'm not sure what is the Q called again.
Obliterate
Flash could have actually killed Kiaya there. That would have been very cool. Looking at the last game, where Kiaya outplayed him with the Obliterate Flash, so would have been cool to see. But Coated wasn't quite confident enough to hit that one. As he said, very hard to pull off. Way harder.
They've instantly called the lane swap.
Yeah, a little bit of convenience, I think. If you look at the teleport, I don't think lane might actually be very good into Set. If Set wants to itemize one resistance, he has to struggle a little bit, because usually in the Set Aatrox matchup, yeah, of course. But usually in the Set Aatrox matchup, you go for the Bramble Vest to win, and then go for the aggressive item.
Yeah.
And then the enemy team can just swap again. So, yeah, and obviously both are top laners here, right? Coated and Hani are both top laners, so makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Adaptation for Secret.
I agree. We'll have to see if the swap does stick, or it was just a little bit of convenience. We look in. Levi keeping up with DNK on the farm. It was a little bit behind because he did go for a gank up in the top lane, but overall same on levels, and that's what really matters. Wants to be powering towards 6.
Oh, nicely done from Hani.
Yeah,
good trade.
Good trade. Unfortunately, trading onto Set doesn't matter very much because he does that. And then he has ridiculous health regen. And Hani, you need to be really careful, dude. Conqueror is running.
And once Ki hits 6, I think with this wave, potentially, he kills him instantly. And now there's the first time the junglers meet. Levi has fallen behind 3 CS. That is almost unheard
of for Levi. He's not harvesting his extra camps, and they're going straight in. Kiaya's here, hits the Facebreaker into the Haymaker, does not have the Power Bomb. He'd had it. Yep. I think there was potential for a kill.
So, not quite able to stop the show in the top lane for the 2 players there. Unlucky for him.
I still think it should be called Show Starter. To use it as
yeah. I think the ability to name is a little bit weird, but whatever. It's called Showstopper, and he wasn't able to stop the show there, so
it does actually make sense. It does make sense when you think about what the move is, but like in terms of a real life analog. But
okay.
Yeah. But in terms of the game. I think show starter would be great.
Nice
If there's
setup.
the hook. Oh, interrupts the back. Celebrity looking fantastic down in the bot lane as he's 7 CS ahead because no one's done anything. But he's interrupted a recall twice.
Okay. Either Palette or Hugh need to really overthink their position.
Just block it, Palette. Just block it.
Yep. Good pressure applied from Celebrity here. And the shoulder guard fight in the bot lane. I'm just going to point that out as often as I can. I hate that item.
Brahms seem to go it pretty much all the time.
It seems to be standard for Braum. And I can understand why. I don't really know if it's better. I would have done need to do the math. I suspect it's almost equal, but I don't understand it on Thresh. I think on Thresh it's meh. I can see the reason.
Kiaya up here, look at this damage. He has the showstopper in the death realm. Coded, where were you aiming, son? There's no minions in the... Oh, it wasn't even the death realm. He actually used the showstopper to block the death realm. I missed that. Very well done. Yep, Set is unstoppable during that one. You have to react really, really quickly, but Kiaya did. And interrupted the ult.
I think he even is untargetable, right? I think he's untargetable.
Yeah, he is.
While he flies.
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you might be untargetable. Sure. I think you are.
Yeah, because I've seen the Set use his ult, and Soraka tried to heal, and there was no heal at the set. Like
yeah, I think he is untargetable. Yeah, he is definitely untargetable. I don't know what I'm talking about. They definitely are.
Look at the CS in the top lane. We talked about this matchup being slightly Mordekaiser favored, not slightly, very, but not against Kiaya. He's the Set god, 4th game on Set this
600
season.
600 gold ahead already.
Yep.
Oh my god. This is... I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah, and a little bit of stats, just to have something to talk about here. And all the laners are ahead on average. Of course, Dia has the highest average CS at 15, up almost 17 CS on average. But more impressively, Dia is actually up 1.5k gold on average at 15 minutes.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So we can definitely see he is one of the main factors in the but all the other laners are up in gold as well. Kiaya himself 500 gold on average, which comes from a mixture of plates and CS lead. He's on average only up 9.1 CS, but he has played against Yoshino already, so not a bad statistic either.
Very, very true. Kiaya has had a good split so far. Set seems to absolutely fit his playstyle to a T.
Yeah.
I mean, funnily enough, Kiaya is probably the best, not even probably, he is the best Set in the VC. But he's probably also the most suited to counter it because he loves Kled.
No, that's true. That's actually true. And Aatrox is not super bad into Set either, right?
It's okay.
Great Aatrox player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm actually quite sad we don't get to see him play Aatrox, even though Set is cool to watch as well. But his Aatrox is a thing of beauty. He was the best mid lane Aatrox by far, and he was even in every matchup on the mid lane Aatrox. And in top lane, whenever he went top lane last year, which didn't happen often, pretty much only happened when Yoshino came in to play Kiana in the mid lane.
Yep. Oh, there is a fight in the top lane. Kiaya actually losing this one, but gets the shield, doesn't get the damage, gets the auto attack though, and the face breaker. Wins that one out very nicely.
Kota tried. He really wanted to make... Yeah, he wanted to make the flash obliterate happen. Nope. Didn't.
Maybe he learned it could happen last game.
Yep.
So Kiaya did. Oh, I didn't know.
So he came close. Coated came close. Almost was able. But sadly now it's really doomed. Look at the CS. Look at the kill. He got a lot of gold as well.
DNK. Interesting fight here. The supreme display of talent into the face breaker. That teleport's going to come in. It's coded. DNK? Also known DNK, also known as Do Not Know, is a VCS jungler that plays for Team Secret, famous for not knowing where he is.
Also, Shelly really wanted this game to.
Shelly refused to open the eye. No, mum, 5 more minutes.
But Kiaya has disappointed you and LS, not a Savant.
I can't believe he hasn't gone. I think he just wants to end the game faster. He wants his power spike right now, just so he can push in. But can't believe he's gone Black Cleaver. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Disappointing to see. 3k gold for GAM. Can they the average even more? It's they still have 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes left. So first turret has gone down. Bottom turret should be the next focus. Let's check in with Ziggs. Has Ziggs done anything this game? Yep, and that was the Ziggs check-in.
We do potentially have something happening here. Paulette is rushing forward. Has the Mobies. But,
do not know. It's an action again.
Yep, do not know. Does get the ward dash this time. But still getting chased away. GAM just has complete map control. Secret has to scatter as soon as they see a face.
Oh man.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, well, he definitely knows where the jungle camps are, because look at his CS lead. He's up in CS against Levi. He can go to his calendar and...
Oh, here we go. Paulette will look for the Braumstam. The Supreme Display of Talent does come out, and look at the damage.
Oh, Celebrity.
Celebrity gets away with a mix of the rocket jump or the bomb jump. Paulette, what are you doing? Getting them the kill!
And DR1 refused to take aggro there to help. I just love watching GAM.
Oh no, DNK is going to die as well. Oh no, he gets over the ward. He's okay. Oh my word. GAM!
Not sure.
Never mind. I don't know where he's going. And Levi will say,
Yeah, he doesn't know either, as his name says. Yeah, okay. That was the last one of that.
We have to come up with standing for something else.
Yeah.
DNK, also known as does not kill.
Also very true this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
the Inferno bomb, but Paulette.
So Celebrity tried to do something very sneaky there. Tried to cast his ult and bait out the shield, and then break the shield with Q, so that the ult damage still hit the enemy. Not quite able to do so, because unluckily Paulette was able to dodge the Q, so you just tanked the ult, no damage applied to him, and Celebrity couldn't do anything here. And with the teleport coming in from Hugh, he's not even able to push down this turret.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite excited to see more Ziggs. I like Ziggs bot lane. I think Ziggs in the mid lane can be very annoying for the meta. DNK.
Yep, caught again. Kia doesn't manage to get the facebreaker out of the safeguard, though, and gets away.
Yeah, Kia just thought about taking the 2v1. But Death Realm underneath the turret is not too nice to take, so he decided against it, even though he's 2 levels up on the enemy top laner, 3 levels on the jungler. So in terms of pure stats, he could probably take the 2v1, but not against the turret as well. Could definitely take the 2v1 with a Trinity Force.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, he absolutely could. I think he could almost do it with a Black Cleaver. It's still pretty absurd just how much he's up. Has the level lead as well. I mean, is it a 2v1 if it's DNK encoded? Or is it just like a 1.2?
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, this game
DNK proved
does
me
look
wrong.
exactly the same as last game, but GAM has an even bigger gold lead now, so 5k, more than 5k, so upping the average again, going back to their original 5k average, which is also good to see. A little bit of a mini game to play for all the remaining GAM games that are not against Team Flash.
Yep.
Or anyone that can challenge them. Can they improve on their gold lead at 15?
I mean, they're there. They've got their week 1 average this time.
Yep. This time they have accomplished it again. So yeah, we've talked a little bit about. I wanted to get one. No, DNK is here.
Oh, Hugh does get hit by the cube. Look. Point.
Yeah.
Vitel, what were you saying? There's nothing happening.
I don't think there's time. So did you know that the old Game Boy games, Pokemon Game Boy games, had an internal battery and that it could destroy your save data? Yep.
Really? That's horrible.
Last game we talked about my 200 hours thrown into silver as a kid.
Did it run out? Oh no.
Yes, it did.
That's absolutely
it was a rough experience. Yeah, it was quite a bad day. Also, I remember very vividly the first time I ever. Oh, there might be
Oh, there might be
Said I
some
want
action.
to
We will
die,
come back to Pokemon stories. Don't you worry. And oh, nope. D1 does half of Venus's health. Can DNK find a kick? He can. But Levi's here.
You should.
Can he get here to save his mid laner? And he just about will. No, he goes down after DK is already dead. Didn't even need to comment on that one because let's be totally real. Coded flashes over the wall. Kia follows. Venus has gone down on the other side. Coded using everything he can. And this is two immobile boys, but set at least has a speed buff.
Yep,
and he does clean the kill up.
But no perfect game. Let it be known that Secret is going to be by GAM today.
That is true. They have managed to get at least one thing.
Considering how the two games have been going so. That's actually,
just FF GAM. You have to go to game 3 to have another try at the perfect game.
That would actually be the greatest thing to happen.
That would be so BM that they'd get fined.
They would probably get fined for that, yeah.
Yeah. And I think they might deserve it if they actually did that.
Would be hilarious, though.
Yeah, I love it. It'd probably be worth the fine.
Especially for people looking at stats. Imagine all at MSI looking at, what games did GAM lose? And they're like, they lost a game to Team Secret in week 3.
Yeah.
Okay, there were 5k gold up and the game ended at 17 minutes. What happened to you?
They just look at the VOD and they just surrender.
Do you know? Oh, there we go. The fight again.
Yeah.
So look at Venus's HP. Yeah. At
What
that point,
HP?
you know, oh god, I don't want to fight. Please get me out of here.
Look how long Dia survives as well. He's just not taking damage until that Death's Grasp, appropriately named.
Yep. A very cool ability as well. And yeah, Venus, as I said before, he knew when the first ability it came true there.
Bang.
Nicely done from Kia, knowing when to use his face breaker.
Face
very easy
broken.
to land the haymaker as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're CC'd. And it didn't matter if he hit the sweet spot. He was on like 20 health. Will be the push in the mid lane as well. They won't actually be able to get much. Secret is looking to do something, but does not.
Do you know which surrender votes takes priority?
What do you mean?
In League, when two teams surrender at the same time.
Blue, right?
Is the color? I thought it was just depending on which team surrendered last.
Venus is dead. I mean, but if they surrender at the exact same time.
Yeah, okay. It's almost. I mean, I always felt like the second team to surrender the game because we had a few games where with 5 friends where we stomped the game so hard that in the end we surrendered the game.
I love doing that.
It's such a VM move as well. And then we always lost the game, even though the enemy team surrendered like a few seconds earlier. So I think the second surrender takes priority in terms of surrender priority.
That's interesting.
So, and the end screen is super interesting to watch because the camera zooms as they surrendered and then zooms back into super dumb.
That is great. I think one of my favorite things to do is if I'm playing Jin and we're about to win, you always pop the ult because then it's like super zoomed out. Always fun. As Levi's hiding in the jungle here. But we did discuss...
almost.
We talked about favorite Pokemon. That transitions into another discussion. What's your favorite animal?
Oh, animal.
I know my answer. It's super easy for me.
I don't think I have a favorite animal. Just to look at? I'm really not an animal person in terms of like having a pet or something. I think to look aesthetically pleasing. A lot of birds. I like birds.
Me
some
too.
snakes.
You hear that, Rakan? Yulwei likes you.
I do. Some snakes look very cool.
I like snakes. Snakes are very cool.
And I like to look at, like to observe, not so much look at aesthetically, but just observe because the animals are very smart, like big mammals, elephants, rhinoceroses.
I've got a cool story about elephants.
Interesting to observe.
I've got a cool story about elephants. I went to when I was like 14. Went to Africa with my dad.
You've been everywhere.
Yeah, I travel a lot. My family travels a lot. There's a story behind why I went to Africa, but I got a big trip as a reward for something as a kid, but DNK does find a Q. We could have a fight there. Big kick. The counter ult doesn't actually do too much. The bullet time. Huber breaks his PvE win streak. Levi in a lot of trouble here. Will actually get shut down. Coded is in the death realm with Huber. He's in a lot of trouble here. This could be a fight Secret actually wins, as it is currently a 2-for-1. In fact, almost. I'm telling a lie. As Secret, and look at Kiaya 2v1ing the backside, and he gets one. Can't quite chase down onto Hani though, and in the end, it's a 4-for-2.
8k gold lead. I think 26 minutes might be right.
Yeah, you're looking pretty smart here. But anyway, as I was saying about elephants, we went to Africa, and obviously we did the safari thing. We went to this place, and like. The way, I don't know if you've been, or if people in chat have been on safari, it's really cool. They put you in like, they put you in like this Jeep that's got no roof, no sides or anything, open top. We're going along this road, and then there's an elephant on the road. And like normally when that's happened, they just kind of skirt around it. It's all good. You get to have a look at it. Animals that are in like safari parks are actually pretty chill because they just get used to it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But, like, the guide, this guide, I've got so many stories about him. I'm not going to go into it fully because it'd take too long. He was one of the coolest people I've ever encountered.
We have more GAM games this season. So.
Exactly, I'll save them. He was like, whoa, no, it's like, stop. And he's like, oh, why are we stopping? Normally we just go around. He's like, yeah, that's a bull elephant and it's really pissed off. If we drive past that, it'll kill us.
Oh, what?
It will flip the Jeep. So like he was just like, yeah, it'll charge us, and the Jeep will flip, and then some of us might die, or we'll have to shoot the elephant. Because they did every time you went out, they did carry like a big hunting rifle just in case.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, like they never had to, thank God. But yeah, and so we had to sit there for like 25 minutes while this big. Oh my God.
It's thirsty.
DNK. By the way, DNK's dead.
Yeah, he did not know about the bullet time damage.
Yep. So. Why would you go into the death realm with Kiai? Just living up to the name there, and Kiai gets an easy kill. But yeah, we had to sit there for like 25 minutes while this bull elephant like kind of poshed it at us until it got bored and walked away. Okay, that was kind of terrifying.
Have you rode an elephant?
Yeah, I've done that in Thailand.
Yeah. I've done that too. There was an elephant. Oh, there's a fight happening.
There is a fight here. Hani actually getting some good damage. Oh my God! Goodbye. Levi absolutely shows his skill. Kiaya shows us some wrestling. And he actually does go down. Okay. 1 kill back. Can they get the steal? Nope. Not even close.
Not quite. Yep, so we saw a little bit of a show off there for GAM, and they overextended quite a bit there. So shut down over to Hani, but it does not matter. And Hani's 2-0.
Hani, look at Hani's performance compared to the rest of his team, and then recognize that it's Hani.
Yeah, he's smurfing.
What is this?
Great week from Hani.
Yeah, he's actually looked really good while Artifact's been out. Artifact, maybe he comes in for Coded instead, just based on this game.
Yeah, who knows? So, DNK, he played in this game, I heard. I've not really seen him.
I do not know about that. Paulette is just solo invading, by the way. Levi has his back. Can they find him? No. Coded will walk away.
Baron is secured. On 1 minute left. Come on, GAM. You can do it. 26 minutes. It's getting close.
I don't know if they're going to be able to close it out in 40 seconds. But, I'll give you this. I'll give you this. Until it hits 28, you're still right. So even if it's 27.59, you still win.
It's very generous of you.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. Still only 2 minutes.
Well, they might play to the next Cloud Soul to just experience the Cloud Soul. We have a little bit of time left still. Really
Look at the missing pings coming out. Okay. He's going to get away because GAM don't care.
He's 0-5.
They've just watched him wander out of an alcove and been like, what are you doing?
Yeah, a little bit of griefing from DNK in this game.
Yeah, this is
And they're
a little
slowly
bit
pushing
of
down the wave.
a little bit of negative gameplay.
Have you actually talked about the favorite Pokemon? What is
Oh,
your
we talked
favorite
in
Pokemon?
chat. Mine's Vulpix. My favorite.
Like
My favorite is
not what
Vulpix.
you want to. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, not so much to play with, but just because I love foxes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Vulpix is really. And here comes the bullet time. Doesn't do anything at all. Huber does flash. The Redemption doing a lot of healing. As I try and actually do some play-by-play, but unfortunately nothing actually happens because Team Secret can't do anything.
Yep. And there's still Baron minions pushing in the waves. DR1 is regrouping bot lane, so he's trying to get through this inhibitor turret. 27 minutes on the clock.
It might be close. We could see the final team fight here.
Yeah, if they hit the team fight now, they could still finish before 28. So
ooh, it's gonna be close.
Come on.
This is the real battle. Oh, Levi taking a lot of damage, goes into the GA. Does Secret try and force something? Look at the damage out of Dia. Kiaya on the side, does go for the suplex, doing a lot of damage. The Haymaker as well. Oh my god! The WWF champion, brother. And
how did you I
think you're going to be right. This is 27. This is so close.
Oh,
how much is GAM going to pad?
No, GAM. Come on, GAM. GAM.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Why did I give you until 27:59?
Yes.
No.
I think the actual time of the game is
27:58.
So I think you're both right.
Oh no, why did I commit to giving you that? That was a series.
This was very fun.
What is there even to say?
Kiaya 1v5'd in the end. He 1v5.
And he got 2 kills.
Okay then. Well, he earned his MVP for this game.
I don't know. Did you see DNK? He was a great contributor to GAM's success.
He was for sure the most valuable player for GAM, but oh man.
What? I mean, MVP discussion. I agree, it's Kiaya. Just because that last play. I mean, you could have given it to any of them. Honestly, maybe not Huber.
He also had a 20 creep advantage in the top lane. He got the solo kill. Even though that was very close, he was able to push his advantage. So, once again, a great set game.
Sorry, Rakan is chewing on something. But yeah,
That was, by the way, the fight for the first place. I think we have a winner that struggled a lot to get here. They had to overcome a lot of adversities, and finally, GAM arrives here at 4-1.
Yeah, GAM, they've been having a rough split so far. Really, it's not been too convincing. They get through a close game today. God, GAM is so good.
Yeah,
is there even like analysis to do?
GAM makes all the other teams look so foolish. They don't even know how to start with. Like they don't even know how to approach GAM in the games. It's quite ridiculous to say. It's a pure and utter domination.
Yeah, just complete deconstruction. Hani somehow didn't go negative. Yeah, he actually looked decent on the Aatrox. Nothing he could do.
He had a great week today. This week
he did. Absolutely. What else is there to say? What was today?
Let's just think about the whole week a little bit, because I don't think there's much to say about this series anymore. GAM stomped. Don't go back and watch those games unless you want to listen to the cast, because there was nothing happening on screen.
we talked about things.
This week we had Cerberus going 4-0 in game score. Actually, they won against FTB and DBL. We had GAM, of course, bouncing back, going 4-0 as well against VGA and now against Team Secret. EVOS lost to Team Secret and Flash won against DBL. So DBL went 0-2. That's pretty rough. The only team to go to 0-2 this week, if we can see that correctly. FTV played only one game. VGA played only one series. EVOS only one series. So a lot of winless teams this week, and the big winners, Cerberus and GAM, and Flash, of course, still looking great as well. One game behind now. They will play twice next week with our very strange schedule. We'll have
Not a big
Flash
fan of
against
the
VGA
schedule.
and Cerberus. So
Yeah.
Sunday next week, Cerberus against Flash might be the fight for the top.
Yeah, that's weird to say considering Cerberus, but who knows? They looked pretty good today. But the big question is, will anyone except Flash be able to play GAM close or potentially dethrone them? After seeing a performance like that, it's a big ask. They brought in Huber for game 2, and it was still that dominant.
It didn't matter at all.
Did not matter.
A little bit disappointed he went for the MF. I would have liked to see Heimerdinger or something else wonky in the bot lane. Looking at MVP points for this week, we had a double MVP, Kiaya. He collected 2 MVP points this week. I think the only one. Sorn got 1, right. Yijin got 1, Yado got 1, LL, Hani, DNK, Levi. So usual people. DR1 got 1 as well for the first today.
Yeah, the usual suspect.
If you had to award MVP to a weak MVP to someone, would you have someone that stands out here?
I mean, Kiaya had a really good week.
He did.
He looked really, really good. Partially because, you're on GAM, it's hard to look bad. But he had a particularly good week. He's really good on set. I'd probably go Kiaya, and he was also the one that got 2 MVPs.
Maybe shout out to Ron OP as well.
Yeah,
who had a great week this week as well. Cerberus 4-0 in game score. That's something Cerberus hasn't heard for ages. Last split, of course, struggling and coming in last place, struggling to even win one game most of the times. And today, big upset against DBL, and it wasn't close. It was 2 big stomps. Great performance from Cerberus. I don't think there was one big outstanding player for Cerberus. It was mostly a team performance. Great games from Ron OP, also from Celebrities on Team Secret. Sorry, on Artemis, the new ADC, of course. Zhu Hao looked great on his Elise in the early game. So
they looked very good
overall. 3rd place.
Absolutely, they looked very good. They looked like they were deserving that 3rd place. Jensen's predictions suddenly coming true from before the season. But I believe that will probably be us for tonight. A very short night for us. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. What a miracle. And it's a long wait for LEC. Is LEC?
Nope.
Oh, no, it's not?
It's Sunday.
I'm wrong. Okay. Well, this is
even longer wait for LCS.
Yeah, LCS is a very long way away. But that will be us, as always. I've been Everyday. With me has been my good friend Yulwei. You can scroll down below the stream to see different ways to support us. We'd really appreciate it. But regardless, thank you for tuning in. We always love to see it. See you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with more fun VCS stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with us, even though T1 and Genji are playing right now. You can go back to that game. It's probably still running. Probably. I don't know, but yep.
But yeah, that will be us. See you guys.